What's going on, everyone? SJ Collectibles back with another toy review video. Today we will be taking a look at the NECA Toys Last of Us 2-pack of Joel and Ellie. And as you can see, I have added some customized items to these figures. And I made a completely new figure as well. Another Ellie also, but you can also see the clicker custom that I did. So before we get into that, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has subbed to the channel. I just reached 1,000 subscribers and would like to keep growing it more with a lot of fun videos. So I know I took a long hiatus. I just had some personal things I was dealing with, but I'm back and have been working on a ton of projects I can't wait to share with all of you. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get into this review. So we are going to start things off with my two versions of Ellie. This is the version that you get in the 2-pack. This is considered day 2 Ellie and on. A really amazing figure and a really great likeness to the character. But starting from day 1, this is my custom figure of Ellie. So when she first arrives in Seattle, she has this jacket on, and she's really kind of clean looking when she's with Dina. And so when you turn her around, she comes with the backpack, and you can store the arrows in it, which is really amazing. And I added this crowbar. This is one of probably the most fun melee weapons to use in the game. But I also added a strap to the side, so you can store other weapons on this side of it. I added a nice leg holster for the pistol. It has a silencer, which I know isn't in the game, but I just thought it looked cool. It's actually from, I think it's from a G.I. Joe Snake Eyes figure, classified figure. So she has the pistol that she comes with, but with that classified thing, the customized thing I did was I added the peg from the Snake Eyes figure to the front of the Beretta, and I had these little bottles I found, I think at like Hobby Lobby, and I drilled a little small hole so you can attach it to the front of her pistol like in the game, so you can have the silencer on the front. So then I made the little flashlight, since they didn't do that. And so yeah, this is my day 1 Ellie figure. Amazing likeness to the character, even has the little scar on her eyebrow. And I mean, it's hard to see, but she does have the freckles on her on the face sculpt as well. So this is my day 2 Ellie. She moves on to just wearing this button-up shirt opened up, and you can see her tank top underneath. But what I did, she goes through a lot between those 2 days, and so I added all the bruises and cuts and scarring to her face. Like, she gets a lot of bruising on her face and cuts on her arms, on her elbow. I added a bunch of blood and scrapes and bruises to her. And then with the backpack again, I added, the strap so you can attach these extra weapons. She does have the removable arrows, because I don't know about you, but the bow is really fun to use, especially when you get the explosive arrows. Then she has a machete in the backpack. Again, I added another leg holster for her. I think this was another G.I. Joe classified figures, but yeah, so she has the leg holster, and I also added an ammo pouch for her. And on both versions of the figures, I forgot to show on the day 1, but I did add a small sheath so you can put her pocket knife into it. I know in the figure where like this shirt is scrunched up, you can store the extra pistol snub nose that she comes with, but I made it so you could add this, her knife, like it's in her pocket, because she carries it in her butt pocket in the game. I also made where she has the shotgun, but she took the stock off of it, and she can also store this. You see, you can take this bow out, And you can store the shotgun if you wanted to, and then she can also, carry the bow. Excuse me. And you can take an arrow out, and you can make her. There's a different hand that holds the arrow, so I'm going to try my damnedest. It's not going to work. So never mind about that. But yeah, so we're just going to store that arrow back in. And yeah, so this is day 2 Ellie. All her bruising and cuts and all her damage that she takes throughout the game, trying to get that revenge on what happened to Joel. So now we're going to get into the Joel figure. So this is Joel as he appears in The Last of Us Part 2. He has the nice jacket on because it's winter time. Underneath he has a nice button-up bluish shirt. So the custom things that I did, I added this holster, which you can take his gun out, obviously. But you can change whatever pistols you want. I also added another holster for the snub-nose pistol. So this backpack is completely removable, and it was the Batman figure, the one with the maskless Bruce Wayne, came with him by McFarlane Toys. So I'm going to take all these weapons off of here so we can get a better look at it. So yeah, has a strap that I added to the side so you can add, weapons. I also made these on the side where you can add different melee weapons, and he also has the arrows, and I also made where you can have the shank as well. So that is all. Oh, and he also has his flashlight, which you can also remove from it. So that is the backpack. Everything removed. I also added this because I made a Molotov that you can put in here. Be stored, so you can store everything in his backpack. So here's Joel, and then you can take the backpack and put it back on him, and here you go. And then, like in the game, he can carry whatever weapons you want to have on his back with him. So great figure. Great likeness to the character. I really wish they would make a 2-pack of Joel and Ellie from the first game. Personal preference. I love the look of them both in the first game, but I understand. I think they're called Limb Toys. They're kind of making like these figures, kind of like the Mezco figures, where they're almost like Marvel Legends size. I got my sister the Leon Kennedy from the Resident Evil 2 remake, and it is an absolutely amazing figure. It almost looks like a Hot Toys. So custom weapons I made for Joel. I made the flamethrower that appears in the first game. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of different things. I can go into my fodder box that I have, which is just a whole bunch of different things, and I can bring up an image of the actual item and just start cutting and piecing things together until I get it what I like. So I think most of it was like pieces of a Jason Voorhees NECA figure, the Part 7 Jason, the bushwhacker thing that he comes with. So a lot of that came with it. Like you can see the trigger and everything. But other things, I can't even remember what I used to make it, because it just is like I look at things, I cut it, and I just add it all together. So each weapon has a special feature with it that I made. So with this, the front, you can see this little slot, so you can actually take this flame effect, and I dremeled into it so you can hook the flame effect into where it's spraying from, and you can actually have the flamethrower effect with it. And take the backpack off Joel right now, and he can store this flamethrower on the backpack just like all the other weapons. So sorry about this. I'm just kind of struggling around with it. But yeah, here's Joel. Just kind of stretch out. And yeah, so here's Joel with the flamethrower. Kind of pose him a little bit better. Alright, sorry about that. I had to try my best to, make it work. But here he is holding the flamethrower. You can just like, yeah. If you want, he can take off the effect. And that's what he looks like with it. I really love how this weapon accessory came out. The other accessory I made was one of my favorite melee weapons. It's the bat. And I added where you can put the scissors through it for that extra added touch. And here is Joel holding the bat. Love this weapon. I also made the shorty shotgun. Again, here he is. I made all the weapons from the first Last of Us game. So yeah. Here he is with the shorty. And then I also made the El Diablo. It's, the high-powered magnum gun that you get later on in the game. I know it's not very accurate, but it's still a 6-shooter. I put the scope on. Let's see, and then I also made the Molotov. And you can take this flame effect, you can peg it into the top, and then you can have Joel holding the Molotov, getting ready to throw it. Yeah. Really awesome. And then you can take the Molotov, and then you can store it in the backpack if you want to as well. And it will stay in the back when you put the backpack on. And I added a wash to the backpack because it was like this really, McFarlane, he makes nice looking figures now. I mean, he always kind of has, but the details are really shitty. So you just add a wash and stuff to the stuff, and it looks really nice after. The last accessory I made was the nail bomb. And again, I had like a little can accessory from, I don't know, some little shopping set that my daughter has, and I just dremelled a whole bunch of holes and added a whole bunch of things from like an old Tortured Soul figure and painted it. So here's the nail bomb. So yeah, that's all the accessories. I added some shells to the shotgun. Comes with a sling, and for the rifle I added some rounds for that as well. Also have the pipe, and I'm going to make a removable scissors for that as well. Flashlight, accessory, machete, and the shank. And that's pretty much all the accessories for Joel. I also have his snub nose, sorry. And pistol, which I think is pretty accurate to the one you get in the first game. So, yeah. He can also store the bow and arrow. He's got the arrows in his backpack, but he can also store the bow on his back as well. But yeah, that is everything about Joel, and we're going to move on to my fully custom figure of the clicker. So finally, this is a version of one of the clickers that you encounter in the game. Not so much in the show, but in the game, they were pretty plentiful. This is a male clicker. I'm going to make a female clicker as well. But I think he was a cobbled bunch of pieces of figures, NECA figures mainly. So the legs were, I think, like a Predator Dutch figure, looking by the fatigues. The top was a Jason figure. And the arms, I think, were another. The whole figure, the base figure was the Dutch with all the mud all over him because he had like this grit and everything on him. But I went ahead and I sculpted all of the fungus on him. The head, I think. Oh, the head was one of the jack-o'-lantern heads from a Michael Myers figure that he like carved out the head of that one police officer. And then I Dremeled it out and I sculpted the blown out fungus on the front. You can see like the spores coming out. A whole bunch of, like, the clothes are all raggedy. He's got more fungus growing out of his back. A lot of some grime and grit and blood and everything on this figure. I love working on stuff like this. Really fun little project, and when you get the lighting right, it's really freaking creepy. If you've seen my Dead Space custom figures, yeah, I love working on horror, gore stuff, especially. So yeah. So really fun figure, and this is how he scales with Ellie and Joel. So here he is with Joel. Just a regular human being character. They're pretty much the same exact height. And then here he is next to Ellie as well. Day 2 Ellie. Yeah, so I have some plans. I would love to make the bloater and maybe the stalkers as well. But for now, I just wanted to start out with the most iconic infected from the game. So yeah, really creepy. So, but anyway, that is going to do it for this video. I really hope you liked these figures. They're really good figures by NECA. They do some really good, just regular people figures from time to time. I mean, when they're not just making turtle stuff lately. But yeah, this was nice to find. I think I got it off Amazon when it first came out. But hope you like all the customized things that I did to all the figures. And hope you liked the video overall. Tell me what you guys think of it in the comment section. I hope you like this first video back from my hiatus. But I appreciate all the support, guys, and thank you for watching the video. And as always, toys keep you young. Happy hunting out there, everyone. And yeah, take it easy.